and welcome back to Discovery to Daytona, the series where this European circuit racer goes to the ovals of America and tries to make it to the tip-top of the NASCAR Cup Series, starting all the way down in ARCA and running through the likes of Truck and Xfinity. And you join us in ARCA, first season as a rookie, race 8 of 19, the halfway point, the General Tyre 150 from Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's our first trip to Charlotte in this series, a circuit or an oval that will become fairly commonly used, as we've also got the Roval to contend with much later on in the likes of Truck and Xfinity and Cup. Here in ARCA, though, it is just the oval. And you join us off the back of a fairly solid 5th place finish at North Wilkesboro in the ARCA 200. It was I wouldn't say a tough race. It was a fun race, but one that really did, one that really was quite the tough one to make sure that we could make it with, because it was one of those little short intermediate ovals that was quite difficult just to try and stay out of trouble. And there was a caution, wasn't caused by us, and we actually got a nice little bit of respect post-race in the social media feed about clean racing and various other things. So people quite happy. We didn't damage the car too badly. We were able to fully repair the chassis and the engine. The body and the suspension still need a little bit of work, but not too bad. So the car still in pretty good nick. But the result, where we finished 5th, we finished 1 place ahead of Isabella Robusto, which meant that we gained a point on Robusto. But it does still mean that we're a little bit far behind. 52, that's maths, behind William Sawalich, who took his 4th win of the season. Isabella Robusto, 17 clear of us. Patrick Staropoli moved up into 4th. He finished just ahead of us in North Wilkesboro. He jumps Jake Finch, but only 3 winners still this season. Myself, Robusto, and Sawalich. So we could still come out of this season with a top 3. The number 18 Joe Gibbs Racing car, though, is starting to kind of edge away from us. So we've really got to get on the case and try and pick up some wins. And what a better place to try that at an intermediate oval like Charlotte. The General Tyre 150 is a 1.5 mile, 24 degree banked intermediate oval here in Concord, North Carolina. And I think, going back to Kansas to see if I could see what the circuit or the oval looked like, but I think an intermediate is what we got from Kansas. And Kansas was a really great race 2 rains ago. We just cruised to a victory. We got pole and we just ran away. So there is always the hope that we can try and come out of this one with another decent result. And then we've got Michigan before our first road course, Lime Rock Park, which I'm quite looking forward to, but everything could come very much unstuck for all the talk about being a circuit racer as we head there in an ARCA car. But that's still a couple of rounds off. Charlotte, one of the ovals that I have driven a little bit of in various other guises, primarily Forza, same with the Roval, and a little bit as well in NASCAR Heat 5. So I have a little bit of prior knowledge, but again, mostly the Roval more than the oval itself. So this is going to be a slight step into the unknown, which means that practice is, as always, pretty key. I'm going to go do some practice. I shall join you ready for qualifying for the General Tyre 150. Welcome to pit road for the General Tyre 150 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Practice much like it's been recently, one and done. Get that sponsor goal hit pretty quickly. Car felt pacey, it felt good. We got a top 7th place in practice, not far off Brendan Queen, who topped the times. We've seen that doesn't really matter an awful lot this season. Brendan Queen's been topping a lot of the practice sessions and then being absolutely obliterated by William Sawalich, but felt like we might have had more pace in the car and we might be able to once again get ourselves into a really good starting position. If we do, we might be able to go out there and try and snatch a victory. It's all going to hinge on this lap. So let's roll out of pit road and see where we can put it in the queue.
Okay, stay smooth, hit our marks, and bring it home.
Onto the fairly iconic Charlotte Motor Speedway oval as we build up to our one and only flying lap in qualifying. Very much like Daytona, kind of a tri-oval sort of setup.
This is the one that counts.
Some pretty heavy banking through one. We're drifting wide, got a little loose there. It'll cost us a tenth or two. We need to just chuck it in and hope it sticks, and then try and ride the bottom of the banking. And again, we run a little wide. Easy to do. Take a little bit of a liberty there, and it's 20th place, 32.9.
Way to push out there.
Was a little slower than we got in practice. And guess who is at the top? It's William Sawalich, once again taking pole position. You can just about see Isabella Robusto there, outside the top 10 in P11. But Sawalich takes pole ahead of Brendan Queen, Dennis LeVar Scott, Lawless Allen, Will Kimmel, Andy Yankovic, Jake Finch, Cole Rouse, Corey Day, and Jason Kitzmiller. 20th, not quite where I would have wanted to be. I think we were closer in practice than we were time-wise, at least in qualifying. Maybe just overgunned it in the oval or through the banked turns, trying our best to kind of, I don't know, just hold the pace. Didn't really work out for us. It's an intermediate oval, and there is definitely pace in this car, so I'd like to think we can make up spots. Have we given ourselves a bit too much of a mountain to climb, though, to try and jump our championship rivals? We better cross to the General Tyre 150 and find out. In pit road then for the General Tyre 150 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It is P20 on the grid, which is I'm a little disappointed by. I thought we had a bit more pace than that. At least that's what it felt like in practice. Maybe just overdrove on our qualifying lap there in a vain attempt to see if we could find a way to pick up a good qualifying spot, or at least a good grid spot. I don't think all's going to be lost, though. I feel this car does have a bit of pace in it here. Just got to try and stay out of trouble. Looks like we might be lining up on the outside, which is going to be tricky. But I think if we can find our way inside and just maybe be a bit more reserved through the corners, I think we might have a good time. So it's time to get the green flag waving for the General Tyre 150 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Indeed, on the outside as we're running to the green, and away we go.
Flag. Inside door.
Here at Charlotte. 25 laps.
Hold your line.
Doesn't sound like a lot.
Inside. Clear low.
But even on an intermediate oval like this one, it is going to be quite a bit. There's enough of a back straight here to get a draft, and that's exactly what we're getting.
One high.
And we'll move to the inside.
3 wide.
Roll off the throttle attach. We
Clear
run
outside.
very wide towards the wall. But again, we
Car
found
outside.
a little gap to cut into. You can see what I mean about having some pace.
Clear high if you want it.
The draft is also helping,
Clear
but
inside.
this car, I think, has inherent pace
Clear
here.
high
This
if you want
feels good at the moment. Feels very rapid.
Outside now.
Even
3
without
wide.
the draft, we can sort of pull
Car
up
high.
alongside people, cut through the field. We're getting to the
Stay
fringes
low.
of the top 10 already, and we're only on the end of lap 2, start of lap
Clear
3.
high.
So, yeah, pace is good. I like it. the apron maybe just a bit too much there, but we're right in the draft of Jason Kitzmiller. See if we can break our way into the top 10, because it is starting to break up a little bit ahead. Like I said at the top, I'm really hoping that 20th wasn't too steep the starting point to close up and pick off some good points and good spots. But there's Isabella Robusto, who's in 10th. We're 11th. We've just got the inside of Kitzmiller and made it stick. And we're now following Robusto. We're right in her draft.
Outside door.
We're going to be 3 wide here.
3 wide.
There it is. We'll run a little wide. There's a bit of contact. And we just all sort of lean on each other. We're into P9. And seemingly faster than Robusto and everybody around us. Which is good. We are running pretty well here. And we're able to now have a bit of breathing space, get in the middle lane, and just try and drag the car through the banking. Realistically, if we'd got our quali laps right, we could have been up amongst the battle for the win. We could still have pace, but we're really going to have to work now as the field is starting to spread apart. And we're not exactly pulling away from the people behind us, so there could still be a little bit of challenge from behind. It's not Isabella Robusto. So get in the draft of Cole Raz, try and
car outside, clear.
Swing by the cycling Ford as we bounce off the wall. Got that little wrong. There's a Hendrick car behind us. He's going to push us along, so that's fine by me. Back up to speed and back chasing Cole Raz again. You can see it's one fairly long line now up to Sawalich, who's leading, because of course it's William Sawalich who's leading. When isn't he leading, essentially? Back in the draft. Let's see if we can make it work this time. Plenty of time in this race. Need to be too over-eager on the 76 here.
Car outside. Clear high if you want it.
Don't need to be that cautious either, if I'm honest, but there we go.
Outside.
Sit right on his inside there. Ride the bottom of the banking.
Stay low.
Still there, that Mustang.
Clear high.
Into P8. And a little wide though.
Car low. Clear bottom.
And behind us. Can we now close up to 7th? I wonder. It does feel like we might have the pace to do it. Again, just have to be a little bit more measured through the banking. We are now dragging people with us. Running wide, running wide.
One bottom.
Survive, but Cole Raz does get back through on us.
Clear inside.
Right in behind him again, mate. We've lost a little bit of pace in the last lap or two. Maybe just being a little bit too overcautious again. A couple of times this season already at ovals like this that it does become a bit of a battle of wits with maybe one or two people close to you. You can't really ever drag your way up to others, but Cole Raz does appear to be closing. on the car in 7th, which is Andy Yankoviak. Starting to use that multifunction display a little bit more as the season progresses. We don't need to worry so much about tyres or anything like that. But damage is also good to see. I don't think William Sawalich is leading anymore. I think it's Brendan Queen. Sawalich has been caught out by traffic, maybe. As we once again try and go up the inside of Cole Raz here.
Stay low. Clear outside.
Again, he outfoxes us through the banking. Oh, we've tapped the apron a bit there. That's going to throw us a little wide. And there was a little bit of contact with the 76, and again contact with the 76.
Halfway home, driver.
Halfway there, still being Cole Raz side to side.
Clear high.
Trying to just now keep it right towards the apron, and we manage it. It would really be something for us if Sawalich was to fall well down the order, but he's been absolutely rock solid in that Joe Gibbs Racing car so far this season, but he's not leading at the moment. Could be on for just the 4th different winner this season. I think that's Brendan Queen, if he stays where he is. They're still not a million miles up the road, but it's just being out of the draft. It's going to be a struggle to catch them. Traffic, though, could definitely play its part as we get up behind Blake Lothian in 40th. Try and use him to help us. Get a little bit of draft and a bit of a slingshot. 10 to go.
Clear outside.
6th and 7th place there, I think. Being balked a little by traffic. DJ Tamayo. Again, we'll use the draft there as just a little bit of extra help for us. Jackson McLaren. Oh, we tap the wall. Not enough to cause any major issues there, I don't think.
One up high. Clear up top.
We're still fighting to try and play catch up here. It would be really great to get involved in a fight for higher placings, but it is, like I say, no draft, no pack racing, so it's proving a bit more of a struggle.
Clear up top.
Than maybe it would normally be. But we're cutting through the tail enders here. That's good. All fairly routine at the moment. Jake Bowman is next. Down in 36th.
One high.
Running consistently.
Clear all around.
Higher up the field at this point in the season's great, but we, like I say, we would need, I think, what was it, drag the wall again? I think we'd need Sawalich to really fall out of a race. Take a win in that event to try and give us any hope of reeling him in at this point, because he's consistently up at the front, whereas we're not always there.
Clear high.
Dale Wilson. Oh, he's gonna
Car inside.
balk us a little bit.
Clear low if you want it.
You do the same to Jake Finch? I think he did, because I'm pretty sure that's a 7 faintly above Finch's car. That it is. I think Jake Finch got balked a little as he was cutting through the field. I was going to say, let's try and use Kyle Keller, but the closing speed is massive.
You're all clear.
So we really need to just get by him. Get up to the back of... Is that Toyota? I think it is. Let's see if we can reel Jake Finch in with 5 to go. 7th is still better than 8th. Weirdly enough. But it's still an extra point or two. All of which could be very beneficial to where we finish at the end of the season.
Outside. Clear high if you want it.
We just about cut off Eric Johnson Jr. without
Car outside.
causing an incident. We're on the inside of Finch.
Clear up top. Inside now.
We've basically run through him, run wide. Trying to use Alex Courtley to our advantage. Use the
Clear
draft.
inside.
Works like a charm.
Car outside. Clear outside.
He's got balked by traffic, and that's cost him a spot. At the front, it looks like Sawalich is still not back in the lead. Is that Andy Yankovic? No, it's not. That's Jonathan Room. Room? I don't know. Over in 30th place at the moment. Oh, bit of a
One
squeeze.
outside.
We have to just take a little bit to the grass just to make sure that there's no
Clear all
contact there.
around.
Finch is not giving this up without fight by the looks of it. There he is. And not to give him too much of a draft, if any, if we can help it. Get wide and into the wall. Finch, is he going to look to the inside? He was.
2 to go this time now.
Going to look to the inside of the outside now. We might just have the edge to just
Stay
save
low.
ourselves here.
Clear up top.
Yeah, Zachary Tinkle now is going to be our tow car.
Car high. Clear up top.
Perfect timing for that. There's Brian Clubb. We're coming onto the white flag, final lap. And again, I think Sawalich still
time,
not
buddy. One
leading.
more time. Straight and
I think
smooth.
we might have a new winner today for the first time this season. One of 4 now, if they can hold that
Car
position and
outside.
take the win.
Clear high if you want
We're
it.
not closing on anybody for position at the moment, and there's a
Then we'll
yellow.
take it.
They did say clear, so I don't know what happened behind me, but it's a P7 in the end. And it is Brendan Queen who takes the win ahead of LeVar Scott and Lawless Allen. William Sawalich falls to 4th ahead of Will Kimmel, Andy Yankovic. We're 7th ahead of Jake Finch, Cole Raz and Corey Day. Ends under caution, not for the first time this season. But from 20th on the grid to finish 7th, as I said, right at the top, maybe, just maybe, poor qualifying has cost us a race win. But Brendan Queen is the 4th driver this season to take a race win at round 8. Sawalich has 4, I've got 2, Robusto has 1, and now Brendan Queen has 1 as well. And with Sawalich down in 4th, that means the point loss is not quite as bad as it could have been. So thank you to that top 3. That was an okay race at Charlotte Motor Speedway. As you saw there, once the field began to break apart, it was always much more difficult, I think, to find a way to kind of essentially make it through the race and make it through the pack. We made good ground in the first few laps, and then we all just started splitting up a little bit. Took advantage of Jake Finch getting balked by traffic and to kind of sidle up behind him, draft our way into 7th. But that was as good as it was going to get after that, and the Yankovic was a bit too far ahead. But again, another top 10, another solid points finish. We're keeping that pressure on, and I think with Isabella Robusto was down in 11th, we've got another little point swing on Robusto. So 2nd might still be on, 1st might still be on if Sawalich has more races like that. But we need to be ahead of him, really, to take advantage of it. But thank you so much for watching the General Tyre 150 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Next time is going to be, well, next time we're at round number 9, and we are 1 round away from a road course at Lime Rock Park. We will, however, first be heading to Michigan for the Henry Ford Health 200. Hopefully you'll join me for that one. Like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the good stuff. You know the drill by now. I'll see you in Michigan. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.